Alright, I'm going to be the usual. Wait a couple of minutes for someone to get involved. Okay. Alright, well. Okay, alright. Alright, where's my post? Wait, is it? Hold on. I just want to see. Are we in private? Shoot. Yep, okay, we're public. Alright, it's fine. Let's see, does that lead me anywhere? No, it doesn't. Okay. Never mind, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that post. It's pointless. Delete that post. There's nothing. Alright. So, okay. Okay, to be fair, I don't think anyone's going to be in here solely from Feather on break. Alright, well, again, there are no figures because I haven't decided. No, yeah, I'm doing yet. Hang on. Alright.
Is no one started?
Yeah, no one's in yet. Shoot. I probably have a couple of bucks in here. Alright.
You tell me when they have.
Yeah, I put something in my Instagram. Alright. This side is Toxitron. This side is Rise of the Beast. You're meant to flip it like that and try. You're meant to like flip it. The thing is, yeah. Or you can just toss it up and you can like do that.
I know I do it like that.
All right. Heads Toxitron, tails Rise of the Beast. Tails. So okay, we're doing okay. All right, we're doing Rise of the Beast today. Edit. All right, now we've gotten that figured out. Okay, all right. I think how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna do that from my favorite to my least, or my least favorite to my favorite. So we're doing Rise of the Beast figures today. So starting off, so for least favorite, this is gonna be an unpopular pick, but this is probably generally like the worst figure in the set. This is deluxe class. I'm pretty sure. Take a wild guess. Deluxe class. Bumblebee. Yeah, I know. All right. So, if you remember from, I think about November. Another one of my streams involved a very similar looking Bumblebee, and actually, as a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna find him. There he is. All right, so I actually have him as a comparison. This is the one I showed off in November, the better one. This is the new one. Well, I got this one first, but I'm just showing you him now. Hold on, I'm gonna bring this back up. Just as you can see, there is a pretty big difference, especially in how tall they are, because this one's like a whole head taller. This is like the tallest Bumblebee figure we've gotten in a while. This guy's in scale, but honestly, this guy just worked so much better than this guy. And I'm going to keep this guy nearby just so that we have something to build off of. So, Bumblebee here, I think the problem with him stems from the fact that he's really loose. He's really loose, and how like certain parts just like really don't tab in. They more so just sit there, and the abundance of clear plastic on this guy. Backpack, doors, all clear plastic. And actually, I'm going to bring this guy back out. So as you can see, we have now. I'm actually going to turn him around so we can actually see. We get the can out of the way. As you can see, it's clear plastic clipped onto the yellow plastic. So why they couldn't have done it with this guy here beats me. Probably they had a lower budget, but I still don't think it's excusable. It is. All right. So now on the plus side though, on the plus side though, he actually does have kind of a cool little gimmick, where as you can see, like he has a cannon out, like you can pull his arm. You can pull his arm, rotate it around, and there his hands back. And by technicality, this is also one of the more posable Bumblebee figures. That this is like the only Bumblebee figure I own of the like 4 or 5 I have. I think I have this one. I have Rise of Beasts. I have I think 4 Bumblebees displayed, including this one. This is the only one that has wrist rotation. It's only one, but it's there. Right. Actually, I am gonna bring the camera down a little bit. So when it comes down to accessories, he comes with these two blades right here, and and he also comes with a shield. And I'm also going to say weapon storage in this guy in vehicle mode is genius. Okay. So when it comes to posability, most of these guys have the same levels. Bumblebee's head is on a ball joint. He can look slightly up. He can also do that. His head can rotate. His shoulders go forward, back, out. That bicep rotation. Almost 90-degree bend at the elbow. Wrist rotation on this side. Waist joints. His legs go forward. His legs can go back. His legs can go out. 90-degree knee bend. Oh, it's indented for some reason. Feet can go forward, back, 90-degree ankle pivot. Yeah. So you can get this guy into some pretty dynamic poses. He just doesn't look great doing so. And also, he is also missing a lot of paint because the Studio Series one right here, they actually re-released the figure with more paint. So that's the case. All right. Now I will say, just like this one, just like this one right here, he is an officially licensed Camaro. And so to start with, if the chest doesn't untap itself already, untap the chest. Now you want to take his feet and flip them up like that. Now I think you want to rotate at the waist, and you want to bring the backpack down just so you have clearance, like that. Now you just want to take the chest unit, bring it up, take the front wheels, and just splay them out, like that. What do you want to do now? I've transformed this guy in a while. Now I think you want to come down here, take the legs and that whole assembly, and just shift it upwards. So hold on, let me do this again. It'll just shift up like that, and now the legs tab into the back of the car like that, like that. Now his head will just there's an indent and a tab. The tab was where this went in. The slot was where this went in. So that again, it'll just sit there. Now this part scares me, especially when going back into rubber mode. You want to take the clear plastic doors and just try and tab them in. So as you can see, there's a slot on his leg, and it's really hard to tell, but my finger is running into a tab on the door that will just I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna see this. Just to make sure I'm doing this shit right. All right. Just give everything a nice squeeze. There you go. All right. Now you want to take his arms. They'll fold under the car, like that. Rotate it like that. Same thing with the other side. Bring the arm in and rotate it. And then the arms will just tab into his legs. As you can see, there's a tab on his leg. And it's kind of hard to tell with this arm, but there's a slot right there. Just tab everything in. And then just flip the front of the car over. The wheels will come down and tab into the shoulders. And there is Bumblebee in his Camaro mode. Now this looks like a monster truck mixed with a Camaro. And that's for a reason. Okay. I'm gonna angle the camera down here. So as you can see, we have Bumblebee's accessories, his shield and his blades. Now the shield, there's something on it. As you guys can see, there look to be like floodlights. That is because the weapon storage for this guy is actually genius. So what it is, the shield will act as like, a bull bar or whatever, a roll cap. I don't know what it's called. In front of the windshield right there. And then the two swords will combine like that to form what is it called, like a bash bar or something in the front of the car that Bumblebee had. I'm not going to transform this guy, but if you want to know what he looks like, go back to my stream from Black Friday. go somewhere towards the end. Pretty sure that was one of the last guys I covered. But yeah, there is Bumblebee in his very kibbly and very mismatched Chimera mode. Why did I? Okay, all right, whatever. I think I remember what the ranking was. If not, I can just look at the photo. Yeah, there is Bumblebee in his Chimera mode. As you can see, the feet are just hanging out there. Now, actually, I did think something like without the feet hanging there, it actually would look cool. But yeah, the feet are not coming off. Just have everything back together. But yeah, that is not Studio Series. Rise of the Beast Deluxe Bumblebee. Despite everything I said, I don't hate this figure. I just think out of all of them, he is the least good. He has its charm, and it's Bumblebee. Everyone loves Bumblebee, so this guy's not terrible, but this guy right here is so much better. All right, I'm actually going to double check the photo, just to see what my ranking was. Hold on. Okay, all right. God, my friends are weird. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put. Okay, okay. This guy's going back. Oh man. Okay. All right. I'm not sure if I've shown you guys this one. All right. Next up, we have already our first Beast Former, and this is, my opinion, the worst of the Beast Formers in the subline. This is Deluxe Cheetor. My biggest issue with this guy is that he's nowhere near accurate to the movie. This is purely based off of the original show, which is not what anyone in the movie looked like. Here, actually, with me right now, I have Studio Series Voyager class Cheetor. This was one of my favorite figures of last year. So I'm just gonna get him standing here. So as you can see, there is Studio Series Voyager Cheetor and Rise of the Beast Deluxe Cheetor. So as you can see, there is a huge difference in how they look. He looked like this in the movie. He looked nothing like this. Although this does look like his Beast Wars design. And if you remember that one stream where I showed off Night Prowler, I think that was my most recent stream prior to today. Showed Night Prowler. Night Prowler was just a repainted Cheetor. So again, I'm gonna just like Bumblebee, the Studio Series figure was done a lot more effectively, in my opinion, than the mainline one was, because I feel like they had like other designs. Like this one, I think they needed to get a figure out. This one, like they had like designs to base it off of and what have you. So, yeah. Cheetor's articulation is very similar to Bumblebee's, minus the feet going forward, but he does have rotation in both wrists. So, but again, head's on a ball joint, he can look all the way up like that, rotate left to right, go forward, back, out, bicep rotation, elbow bend, wrist rotation, wrists can go in, waist rotation. Let's go forward, not too far back. 90-degree knee bend, thigh above the knee rotation. Feet can go down and feet can rotate. He also comes with a little pea shooter and his tail whip, which if you remember, which again Night Prowler also came with, and I'm not a huge fan of because again, going back to Studio Series, spear. He like he did in the movie, and his tail also compresses to form like a spine, which I think is cool. But also, like Bumblebee, this guy has pretty unique and ingenious weapon storage. So to get him transformed, I've had this guy for almost a year and I haven't transformed him too much. To start with, you want to take these panels on the side of his arms and okay, they rotate that way. Never mind, we're not starting there. Start with, you want to take these collar pieces like that. Those will fold out. Then rotate his head, very similar to Nightprowler. Now you want to take the cheetah head, get it out of his chest, and take his abdomen. That'll come down, and then you also want to take the cheetah head. That'll just fold down. So you want to end up with something like this. Now you'll just fold everything up, and then the cheetah mode neck will form right there. All right, now what do you want to do? Now is actually where you take the pea shooter. You want to take the barrel, fold it up like that. There is a port in his chest where the pea shooter will just sit. That I think is smart. Actually, you want to bring this back up. You want to take the arms, fold them in, and now you want to take these panels and these panels right here. Fold them up. I'm obviously not. Actually, I also you do want to have the arms angled, like that, so that way they can actually tab in right there, like that. I'll just quickly get the other side done. Now the cheetah mode neck can come down and actually fit. All right. All right, now you just want to take the cheetah legs, straighten them out, and just bring them down. Here we go. And this is the part. And actually, now you want to take the legs, just angle them out. The tail whip will tab into his butt, and there's his tail. Just fold that down. Okay. Rotate the leg, open it, straighten the foot out, flip the cheetah leg out, bring the leg down, tab it in. I'll try and do that a little clearer. Bring the foot down, open the leg, flip everything around like that. Just close it back up, rotate, bend at the knee, and there's Cheetor in his Beast Wars accurate cheetah mode. So as you can see, unlike Bumblebee, not only is the weapon storage smooth and integrated, but the pea shooter actually looks like it part of the cheetah, which I think is kind of cool. This guy in cheetah mode, he is also very articulated. His jaw can open, and he can kind of look down. I mean, if you get the angle right. But yeah, no. His front legs can go forward, back, out. They can go, make it look like he's running. His hind legs go out like that. And again, you can also, try and make it look like he's running. I don't have any flight stands. If you saw my Instagram post with Needle Nose, the one like I wish I had a flight stand. This pose is so badass. Yeah. Again, another one I really wanted wanted a display stand for. All right, checking the ranking again. Hang on. All right. The star of the show of Rise of the Beasts, Deluxe Class Mirage. I will not be caught dead with the Studio Series Mirage, so I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. I'm going to try and get Cheetor to the pose I had him in, and I'll be right back with Mirage. All right. I've been doing Studio Series comparisons, and I will not be caught dead with Studio Series Mirage. This guy, I've heard people say, is a clear plastic abomination, and yes, I can kind of agree. But Studio Series Mirage looks to be mostly clear plastic. I do have another Mirage I can compare him to, which is also Studio Series, but it's a different character entirely, who's just called Mirage. Here is the Mirage I was used to before Rise of the Beast. This is Studio Series number 71, Dark of the Moon Mirage. Dark of the Moon having nothing to do with Rise of the Beasts. Honestly, I prefer this figure, and honestly, I think the Mirage up there, if you know, you know, is probably the best. Okay, this is the worst Mirage figure I have, but I actually like it a decent bit. Hang on, I'm gonna put Dino here back. God, missed opportunity. Could have called him Cliff Jumper. Hold on. I'm getting some messages. My friends are lacking. Huh? Oh. Spaz. Alright, whatever. Mirage is the least posable of the bunch so far, which is rather ironic considering he's the one, my favorite one so far. I feel this is what a Transformer needs to look like, in my opinion. Like, Mirage's design in the movie, there were no vehicle parts on him besides, like, his chest, the wheels on the back of his legs, and the wheels on his back. That was it. There was, like, no vehicle parts on him whatsoever. This guy has a lot of vehicle parts. He has the in front of the car on the back of his arms, wheels there, wheels in his legs, back of the car on his legs. Like, this is how he should have looked in the movie. I'm actually going to bring the camera back down just so you can actually get a decent look at the guy. Okay, all right. No one's joined yet. 30 minutes in. Yeah, when it comes to posability for this guy, same head joint, shoulders on a bar, and go out, forward, back, the whole thing. There's actually a second joint for transformation. In itself has another joint. So again, bicep rotation, elbow bend, a little over 90, no wrist swivel. Waist rotation. Let me get the gun off of waist rotation. Legs can go forward, back, out. Thigh rotation. Knee bend, but just like Bumblebee, it's indented. Nothing at the ankles. So you can't really get him into poses that are that dynamic, but you can still do something with him. And I will say I don't like transforming him. He's the best looking robot mode of the bunch and the best looking vehicle mode or alternate mode. But his transformation is something else. Let's try and do it while the figure's facing away from me. All right. So to start with, you want to take the arms and rotate them, and then take these things on top of his shoulders, bring them down. They'll peg into the arms. Take his hand and just fold them up. All right, let me try and do this again. So again, rotate. There's a cutout there. There's a tab right there. That'll just fold up and fold in the fist. All right, so now that you have G1 toy arms, you want to take these pieces, bring them down, take the wheels on his legs, fold them out. What do you want to do now? Bring these parts forward so that way you can take the actually also while you're at it, do that. Flip these panels down like that. All right. Actually, and just have these resting there. Don't tab them in. That. So now you want to come to the backpack. Take these panels. Unfold them. Now you want to take the back layer of the backpack. That'll fold down. Actually, bring these out a little further. Untab the backpack and just angle it out like that. So now you want to take his arms, rotate them, and just or angle them up, and they'll just collapse in. Hold on. So you have his arm. Oh, you have his arms like this. Bring it up, and it'll just collapse in. Look something like that. Rotate the waist. Now you just want to bring this forward for right now, just to get out of the way. Now you want to bring the legs down, and then everything will just tab together. Close the legs, and now is the hardest part. You need to maneuver the backpack onto the top of the car, which wouldn't be as bad if it, maybe was gray, solid gray plastic, painted blue or something. The way it's just weird. Like, you have to get it to tab in. Just that. I'm not doing this again, by the way. So if you miss it, you miss it. Like that. You want to end up like that. It'll go between the arms. And just take the take the back panels, bring them down, and just try and get everything to align. My copy is very wobbly. All right, we're good. Weapon storage for this guy is not as good compared to the others. You just have a knockoff Porsche driving around with an alien gun on his butt. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. Oh my God, will you guys shut the fuck up? All right, next up, the least posable one of the bunch is my favorite so far. And I'm considering Studio Series Airazor. I'm not sure, 100% sure I want to get it or not. Same thing with, how many figures in are we? Are 4 figures down. All right. As you can see, this is and you know what? I like Airazor. I like Airazor quite a bit. She never appeared in robot mode, and this figure is lacking posability. But honestly, I like the robot mode. I like just the look of the robot mode here. Again, if you want, you can angle her wings out to I guess, I don't know, make the figure look a little more like cinematic or something. I don't know. Yeah. Posability wise, her head is on a ball joint. She can look down. Shoulders are on ball joints, usual forward, back, out, yada yada. Thigh rotation, elbow bend, 90 degrees forward, 90 degrees backwards. That's for bird mode. Legs can go, out, forward, back, not really back. Thigh rotation, 90-degree knee bend, and feet can go forward and back. So you can still get her like lunging or something, but it's not like incredibly dynamic. So again, Studio Series Airazor is a maybe. But anyway, to get her weapon wise, she has 2 blades, which what I like to do with Airazor's blades is combine them in her hand, make it 1 blade. A suitable weapon for someone a little more posable, but I mean, we can't control everything. All right. Anyway, to get Airazor transformed, to start with, you're going to want to take Airazor's feet, bring them up just like flat, and then just take the wings that are in the back of her legs. Those will, there's a tab right there. Just the wing, there's a slot in the wing that will encompass. Cover that. Now you want to take the back of the wing, back of the bird. That'll just flip up. You want to take Airazor's hands and flip them up like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, for a figure that's not that posable, or not as posable So the others, the transformation's pretty involved. Now you want to take her legs and rotate them. That. Now this is probably the hardest part for me. You want to take her wings, bring it down, and then this piece right here folds up. That. Now just bring this whole assembly back, and her head will fold up into the bird's chest. You can see that. Take her shoulder pad, bring it down, rotate the bird leg there, and just angle the bird leg. That. Take the head, untab it, rotate it, tab it back in. That. Now just take this panel right here, just bring it down all the way. Now just again take the fronts of the wings, bring them down like that, and then just connect everything. Okay, yes, I see you're there. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I get it. Okay. What the? Okay. All right. Anyway, so there's Airazor in her bird mode. When it comes to posability, if you want, you can untap her head and have her like look to the left and right. That her legs, you can do that. You can have them at multiple angles, and her wings can go like your wings can go up. Her wings can go up and down, like trying to you can get like an aerial shot. And actually, something else I discovered you can do. So if you untab the back of the wings, that you rotate the fronts of the wings, which are her legs. You take these wings, you take the wings in a robot mode, angle them back, and then boom, you have like Airazor. You have like perching Airazor, and I think that's really cool. Let me just get her standing. Perching Airazor. That's awesome. I think that's kind of cool that you can do that. I don't. All right. Checking the ranking. I believe we're What the? All right. Next up. All right. I'm hoping on getting the Studio Series version of the Sky for my birthday. This is Wheeljack. If you remember from my Black Friday haul, this is Wheeljack. This is Wheeljack. Well, you see, the thing is, this is Wheeljack. This is somebody else who happens to be named Wheeljack. Completely different character. It's been confirmed by the director of the movie. This guy, alias Pablo, is not this guy. If this guy was in Rise of the Beast, he'd at least have the same head. And it's also a line given by everyone by Mirage here. And I'm also going to say Wheeljack is the Autobot smart guy. So Mirage exclaims about how Wheeljack needs to fix something with this vehicle mode. If you know, you know. Wheeljack would already know how to fix it. This I think was the first Rise of the Beast figure I got. I think it was this guy, Cheetor, and the next figure actually. First I got them in a 3-pack on my birthday, right after my birthday last year. I've actually been collecting this line for over a year, and he's broken too. Cause good old clear plastic. But yeah, I've had this guy for a year, and it kind of shows. He's starting to fall apart a little bit. He's becoming loose. Now from what I've heard, the transformation of the Studio Series ones, like kind of frustrating. But I'm willing to take that risk for a more accurate version than this. But again, this guy's poseability range is pretty good. Yeah, heads on a bar, you can look up, left, right, and get the backpack out of the way. Up, left, right. Shoulders go out, forward, back. And it also go backwards on another joint, forward on another joint. Bicep swivel, 90-degree elbow bend, nothing at the wrist. Waist rotation, legs can go forward, back, out, very little. Very tight thigh rotation. Well, it's not that tight anymore, but the thigh rotation is not really there. Knee bend 90 degrees, ankle pivot, and feet can go down. This guy, you can get into some really dynamic poses. Right, now to get Wheeljack here transformed, and also for the sake of this, I'm gonna refer to this guy as either Pablo or Makeshift, because in another show, a clone of Wheeljack named Makeshift. Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring the camera down just so you have a little room to work here. So to get Wheeljack transformed, just take the wings, angle them back, take his suspenders, open them, and just take the chest, bring it down. That. Now you want to bring the backpack up, and also while you're at it, have him looking up. So that way you can flip the chest up with scratching off minimal paint. Now what you want to do, you just want to accordion him out like this. All right, there we go. Now you want to take these shoulders, bring them forward like this. And just everything. And then I'm going to try and show you how to do it, get it done. And it'll just end up like that. All right, now you want to take the feet, bring them down, and just slide them up a little. Oh. Now take these panels, open them up, bend at the knees. Take these suspender pieces, bring them down like that. All right, so now, well, actually, also, what you want to do, you want to take his shins, untab them, and rotate them like that, and just bring them down like they're on ball joints, like everything on this guy, like that. All right. Now you want to take his doors. Actually, I'm gonna do the first one just to have bench line. All right, like that. Door. His door. Bring that out. Bring it down, and while you're bringing it down, rotate it so that way it'll peg in right there. Now this is the hard part. You want to get his legs under the backpack like that. Again, get his legs under the backpack, tab them together, and make sure that they actually stay tabbed in right there, because okay then. And half the time when I'm transforming this guy, one of the brown panels we unfolded earlier likes to come out. Or the exact opposite, really. Alright. Again, the arms will actually, there's a slot there in the foot, and tabbing the foot right there. Like that. Now just like that. That'll tab in right there. Suspenders will tab in right there. Finagle the figure a little bit to try and get everything to tab in. Alright. And Ares' blade is still standing there. His blaster, I forgot to show it, but it will just tab in right there. Boom. Wheeljack, cute little van. Paint chipping. Yay. All right, I'm actually gonna put Air blades under her wings really quickly, so you're gonna get a glance at Air again. All right, and if I check the ranking photo, all right. Next up, we have another Studio Series comparison. Here is Deluxe Sniper. This is the last Deluxe, henceforth my favorite of the Deluxes. And already, here is the Studio Series Sniper, a figure I prefer. I prefer Studio Series Sniper. But I mean, these guys share they both share engineering. But this one is tiny. Like, this is actually one of the smaller Deluxes I have. Albeit nothing will be smaller than Studio Series 86 Cliff Jumper. But yeah, two Nightbirds, and honestly, when it comes to robot mode, honestly, I do think I like this one better. But this is ultimately a better figure because the transformation is a little more polished, and on this one, and the car mode looks great. So these are both great figures, and it'll probably be easier to get this one individually. So I'd say if you want to get a Nightbird, get this one. But this is probably they're on equal footing. And I'm gonna go with Studio Series Nightbird back with Scourge and Battle Trap, who I showed in my Hanukkah stream. Yeah. And here's Nightbird. This is a bigger deluxe of the bunch. And after this, we just have Voyagers. For posability, Nightbird's head is on a ball joint. Full range of motion. Shoulders go forward, back, out. Like that. Thigh, elbow bend, or elbow rotation, really. 90-degree elbow bend. Waist rotation, but you got to get some of the kibble out of the way, which I'm fine with because it kind of looks like samurai plating. Legs go forward, back, out. Thigh rotation, double jointed knee. A weirdly high ankle pivot. But I think the design there was to make Nightbird look like she had heels on, which, yes, I think is kind of weird, but all right. Yeah, and accessory-wise, Nightbird's blade, as well as, what would you call this? I don't know, like something like a grapple or something. And again, the weapon storage here is amazing, and it's so dumb. I love it. Yeah. So to get Nightbird transformed here, actually, you just want to remove the accessories. So to start with, just straighten everything out. Take the shoulder wings, flip them down. Take the chest, bring it up, actually over her head, because this panel will fold down like that. Now you want to take the arms, just fold them in. They don't tab in anywhere like they do in the Studio Series version, which kind of sucks. Right? Do they? Nope, that's not a tab. That's just detailing. All right. Collapse that. Collapse them. All right. Rotate the legs and just like maximize use of the ankle pivot. Now you want to take this panel here, just pull it out like that. Now this is weird. This Suchi's Nightbird and the Nightbird here share engineering. So what do you want to do? You want to take the leg, fold it, and then there's another little hinge there you want to bring forward a little bit. And then what it is, you want to try and get it underneath this panel right here. So if I just get it out of the way, right there. So I'm trying to do it there. Again, just fold you up, bring you down. And then just, work with it until it just, and just work with it until it gets in. All right. Let me just make sure, I never noticed that. Actually, I'm gonna bring the arms back out just to get them out of the way. Anyway, you want to take the legs, bring them up like that. They actually tab in. I've had this figure for almost a year, and I just now realized that. Tab in, not really too securely, but whatever. Bring the arms back in. Now you want to take these panels right here. If they're not untabbed, untab them and just spread them out. Where it will form the side of the car and tab into the arm, securing it in place. As well as the backpack right there. There's a very small port. Alright, there we go. Like that. Now you want to take like the main backpack, unfold it. Now just, again, work with it until it ends up like this. And like that. And there's Nightbird in her car mode, but we are not quite done. Hang on. Alright. So what do you want to do? You want to take the arm blade, let's just call it that, split it. Go to the back of the car. There are two semicircular cutouts that will house half a port there. And then you want to take the sword, and it'll just peg into the arm blades. And there's Nightbird in her car mode with the best weapon storage ever. Where is it? Like, I'm gonna bring out Bumblebee and Airazor really quickly. Not Airazor, Cheetor. These three figures have some of the best weapon storage I've ever seen on a figure, and I have 50 or 60 something figures on display. Like, I have a lot of figures on display, and out of all of them, this is some of the best weapon storage I've seen on any of them. And I'm just looking to see if any of my figures might have anything better. The Detritus, not really. Seekers is just part of that. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to put Cheetor back over there and B over there. Yeah, there is Nightbird, my personal favorite of the deluxe figures here. Alright, almost an hour in. We are now getting to the Voyagers. Let me just check. Alright, so if we're going, if that's anything to go by. Alright, I'm going to put the real Wheeljack back. And I am going to get out, well, you're going to be familiar with this one. Rhinox. I might get the Studio Series figure for this guy. I don't know. If I see him and he's on sale, same with Airazor. If I see him and he's on sale, because I know this guy's a huge shelf warmer. His Studio Series figure is a huge shelf warmer. It's been 6 or 7 months since I did my first stream with Toxictron, Cloudcover, Dead End, and Rhinox. So a quick refresher: Rhinox has all the posability. Head's on a swivel, shoulders go forward, back, out. He has really weird shoulders. Bicep rotation, elbow, just over 90 elbow bend, nothing at the wrist. Waist rotation, legs can go forward, back. Knee bend, above the knee rotation, ankle pivot, and a little bit of rocking movement. This guy does not have good weapon storage. Alright, but yeah, again, I'm just going to quickly run through his transformation since you've already seen it. So again, just flip that out, fold the hands in, rotate the forearms, rotate the head, bring the rhino head up, boom. Do that. That'll, like indent, click into place. Boom. Rotate the waist. Flip the feet down. Open the legs and rotate the at the knee bend, above the knee. Pull the feet in. Take the back of the legs. Flip them down. like that, and up like that. Same, bring the leg out, rhino leg out, fold the back of the robot leg down. Peg them together. Right. Bring everything up. Alright, just make sure everything is tabbed in nice and securely. Again, you've already seen Rhinox, so I don't really feel the need to show his transformation. His Rhino mode posability is lacking. His legs can go backwards a little bit. His front legs can move a little bit. He can look up. And his jaw can open. That's pretty much it. Weapon storage for this guy is minimal and lacking, to say the least. Damn, everyone left. All right. 2 figures to go at just under an hour. We have Optimus Prime. I believe this was the this was the 4th figure I'd gotten. I'd already gotten a Wheeljack, Nightbird, and Shooter. I've gotten their 3-pack when I got this. And then like a month after I got this, I got Bumblebee, Mirage, and Airazor. And then 2 months after that, Rhinox. And then like 3 days ago, which was, 6.5 months after Rhinox, I got the last guy in the collection. So that leaves 3 options. I'm going to put a poll out here anyway. I know no one's in here. Who was the final figure? Yes, he was Optimus Primal. No equals Scourge. Actually, no, I'm not going to do poll. I'm going to do Q&A. No. Yeah, poll. What was the final figure? Yes equals Optimus Primal. No equals Scourge. Yes, no, Battle Trap. Is anyone else I might want to consider adding? All right. Well, anyway, here's Prime. This guy and Rhinox. The entire top 3 are interchangeable. Like Rhinox, Prime, and the next figure, who I'm going to show definitely after the 1 hour mark, are all interchangeable. Okay, my entire ranking, every spot is interchangeable because like a month ago, or no, my last time I just personally ranked them, Cheetor was below Bumblebee, and Rhinox was above Optimus. So again, things change, and in typical fashion, here is the Studio Series one, the knockoff that I have. As you can see, this thing is huge. This thing is better, but this is the better shoulders. And they both have kind of a cool ab crunch gimmick. Yay. All right. Oh, I see. Okay, there have been some votes answered in my poll. Who voted? Just say me in the chat. Who voted? Okay. This is not very comfortable. Whatever. All right. Anyway, so Prime's range of posability. Let me remove his blaster. His head can rotate. He cannot look up or down, but yeah, he can look down into his own chest. 4 view. Okay. His arms go forward, back, out, thigh rotation, elbow bend, whatever, wrist rotation, You have that joint, and then you have his actual waist joint. His actual waist joint's really limited, so this is his like waist joint. Legs can go forward, back, out. Thigh rotation, just over 90 knee bend. Ankles can go that far in, that far out, that far back, that far forward. So this guy is a pretty posable figure. So yeah, to get him transformed, what do you want to do is you want to take this flap back here, bring that up, and then just fold the head into the body and just cover up the cab. Collapse, close the chest. Bring the arms out so there's a little bit of space. Rotate. Now let's get the legs done since they're pretty easy. Just bring them up like that. Bring the feet up like that. They'll form the truck bed. Tab them together. Flip the trailer hitch out of his left foot, right foot, and take the gas cans and flip them out like that. All right, now what do you want to do? You want to take the hands, fold them in like that. Rotate at the bicep. Bring the arm down to get out of the way. Take the back of his shoulder, extend that, and just rotate it out. And then just bend at the elbow until you're left with something like that. I'll try and show this a little clearer. Accordion that out. Bring the arm down. Bend it so that way it aligns itself under his shoulder pad. Flip that around. Rotate that in. Now you want to use his ab crunch. And there are two tabs under his each arm and a slot in each of his legs. Just tapping right there. Take these panels right here. Unfold them and they will cover up some of the empty gaps. Like that. Boom. Take the wheels. Actually, you just want to fold them all the way out. Bumblebee style. Fold the bottom of the truck down. And boom. There is Prime in his truck mode. And honestly, it's a cute little truck. It's small. It is really small. Here is Bumblebee's Camaro. Here is Bumblebee's Camaro that is a little bit longer. Here is Nightbird's sort of Skyline, which is almost as long. And here is Wheeljack's van, who I believe is actually accurately scaled. Like, I know he's tiny. Like, Wheeljack's vehicle is small. Prime's weapon storage is simple. It's not genius, but it gets the job done. I've seen worse. I've seen much worse. Rhinox, for example. All right, I'm actually going to check my poll. The singular vote is for Scourge. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll now. All right, let's see. All right, so that is Optimus Prime. Now we are down to the final figure, being Voyager class Optimus Primal. Take that, whoever voted Scourge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is, I think, right now my favorite Rise of the Beast mainline figure. It's probably, just the whole I just got him thing, because I got this guy 3 days ago. 3 days ago after having after having a couple of Walmart, having like 2 or 3 Walmarts being checked, that only at best, like, the only Rise of the Beast figure they had was Rhinox. But I finally have the complete collection, and here is Optimus Primal, Voyager class Optimus Primal. This guy is right now my favorite, but like I said, all 3 Voyagers are interchangeable. So yeah, there was never a mainline Scourge or Battle Trap. There was never a Voyager that we got gimmick-based Scourge figures and a gimmick-based Battle Trap figure. But besides Studio Series, there's no mainline, like Voyager Deluxe, like these guys. We got like if you remember this RC right here from right after Black Friday. She came with a little Cheetor that turned into a blade. There's a Scourge that does that, except that comes with Scorponok, who turns into like armor. But yeah, when it comes to posability for Primal, heads on a ball joint, he can look left, right, up, down. Shoulders can go forward, back, out. They make a really nice sound. Bicep rotation, elbow bend exactly 90 degrees. Wrist rotation, if you get this out of the way. I'll answer that question in just a second. But that is a good question. Waist rotation, legs can go forward, back, out. Thigh rotation, double jointed knee, and an ankle pivot. All right. So Josh Fulfican 101. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I will be right back. I'm not as big on horror films as I was a year and a half ago, but yes, I do have that mask. It's been my Halloween costume for 2022 and 3. So yes, I do. Great question though. Anyway, so this guy has a fun transformation. So to start with, you just want to take his feet and collapse them in like that. The panels on the front of his legs are really hard to get out, so I just bring the sword in there. They come out easily. Like that. Just take the robot feet. Those will just fold into his legs. Close the legs back up. Now you want to take his shoulder pads. Bring them down. Like that. What do you want to do? You want to rotate his waist. And what do you want to do? You want to bring his legs out and just bend them backwards to create the ape legs. Now you want to take his arms, bring them forward, rotate them. And now you want to take the robot chest, open it, revealing the ape chest. And then take the ape chest, actually pull it forward and split it in half. So that way you can reveal this assembly here. So if there's space, pull it out, rotate it, bring it back in. Then take the robot mode chest. That one will go in first. And then take the ape chest, close that. Bring the ape head up. And there is Optimus Primal in his suspiciously small beast mode. Let's get a maximal group shot here. As you can see, Primal is pretty small. And it's kind of weird how small he is. So, yeah, maximal group shot. This is sort of how they scaled. Although Cheetor was a little bit smaller. So, all right, I'm going to get the Maximals back. Boom. Then I'm going to put Rhinox's blades back on his shoulders. Like that. Now, Primal's blades, just like in robot mode, they just store on his back. No, I don't really have too much No, I don't have anything Lord of the Rings. Posability wise, again, his arms can go forward. He can, again, stand. He can, he can't really stand up because that looks weird. But he can, beat his chest like apes do. His head can look down. He can kind of rotate it. And actually, there is a way you can basically get him to get him standing almost. Because basically what it is, you have this, you rotate his waist back, you open his legs up, you flip his robot feet back out, and you basically get him into robot mode with the ape head and ape chest. There is primal, standing beast mode. But yeah, that is the entirety of my Transformers Rise of the Beast. That is not that is the entirety of the Transformers Rise of the Beasts mainline collection. All 9 figures. It took almost a year to get all of them. It took, I believe, for the Toxictron figures, which I'll look at tomorrow, I got Grimlock yesterday. It took about 6 months. It took 6 months to get the Toxictron figures, and it took 11 to get all the Rise of the Beast figures. So, but I will leave it at that. That was the right. That was. I saw Rise of the Beasts, I think 3 days after it came out. I saw Rise of the Beasts June 12th. And actually, I'm going to conclude this stream with my personal ranking of the Transformers movies. So, actually, I thought I had a note here, but I guess not. Either way, Revenge of the Fallen is my least favorite, and the first one is my favorite. From worst to best, it's Revenge of the Fallen, The Last Knight, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beasts, Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, in 2007. And yeah, Rise of the Beast was all right, but there was some improvements that could be made. And I like all of them, just some more than others. Revenge of the Fallen is the least good. And that's how I think of it. Revenge of the Fallen and The Last Knight are the least good. Shoot. But I will show, actually not, you know what? No, I'm not doing Toxitron tomorrow. I'm doing every G2 figure on that shelf. So, but yeah, if anyone decides to, pop in tomorrow, we'll be doing a lot of figures you guys have already seen before. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Bumblebee wasn't great. Bumblebee was overhyped, to say the least. Bumblebee was, the Cybertron scene was good and the fight scenes were good, but everything else was not. I didn't like. But the fight scenes were great though, and the Cybertron scene. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut stream now. I'm gonna be back streaming tomorrow with 10 figures. You've seen all but 2 of them. So, but yeah, I will be back on live tomorrow.